I used to watch H2O. There's a, do you know?
Kids show.
Yeah, with mermaids.
Yeah.
I really wanted to be a mermaid.
She's the 21-year-old British singer that Drake and Kendrick Lamar want to work with. So, just what is it that makes Jorja Smith so special?
Beautiful little fools, that's what us girls are destined for. Beautiful little fools, born to be adored.
When we'd like walk to school when I was little, I used to like read like graffiti off walls and just talk. And I used to write stories when I was little. And then when I was 11, I wrote a song. My first one, that was called Life is a Path Worth Taking, which was about like your actions and what consequences they have.
This is very deep for an 11-year-old.
I don't know what I was actually going through.
Didn't your mother ever tell you love yourself? But I've got you to let me down. I've got you to let me down.
When you were in school, I think your A-level dissertation was on whether post-colonialism is still present in grime music, is that right?
Mm-hmm. My media coursework.
Yeah. What did you discover? Is it?
Yeah, it was. I went round asking like kids at school, mainly like black kids, like, what do you think of the police? And then this group of 11-year-olds, they were like, you know, hate the police. You know, they're always after us. I was like, what have you done? I'm like, nothing, you know, but they were always onto us. I was like, interesting. So kind of like, I went home and I was writing this coursework out and just had all this stuff in my head about what I'd heard from people at school. And then another thing, like I'd watched the news and, you know, another black man in America has been killed by the police again.
I wanna turn those blue lights into strobe lights, not blue flashing lights, maybe fairy lights.
Basically, Blue Lights is about these two boys, and I based it off of my two friends, because one of them came to my house one day and he left his bag at mine. And he was always a bit sketchy. Whenever cars went past, he'd always like be sharking them and like looking back. And he left his pouch at mine. It was really light and I'm really nosy, so I looked in it and there was a knife in there. I got it out stupidly and I couldn't put it back. I was like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm gonna tell my dad. Because it was like a flicky knife and I didn't know how to like close it. I Googled it and I managed to close it. I like cleaned it, washed my hands, put it back in the bag.
You wiped it down in case it had done something.
Oh my God, so I gave him the bag back. I never told him, but then that's what I wrote Blue Lights about, these two boys, and I was imagining if he did something with that knife.
You apologize, what's the harm in that? What have you done? There's no need to rush.
When you write a song that is sparked by a person, how and like at what stage do you let them know? Because it's obviously like you've sprung your imagination out of that moment.
I don't really tell them.
Right, but they work it out at some point, right?
Not really. I told him, but he didn't know that song. I only told him this year that, because I was speaking to him when I went back to Warsaw. And I said, oh, I'll write that song about him. He was like really touched.
I was warned by my brothers to find another lover. Stop falling for these boys who didn't.
What lyric are you most proud of?
Oh. One of my favourite songs is Teenage Fantasy. I wrote it when I was 16.
Stop falling for these boys.
I like getting lost in a song, but sometimes I find it hard to be in the moment sometimes.
Why?
Sometimes with so much stuff going on, I start thinking about all that when I'm on stage sometimes. Only recently, and I realise that's because I'm doing quite a lot, and I've never done so much before.
Goodbye.
I've had this before,
What is it?
and I don't know what it is. This texture inside.
I have had this too. My mum's from Singapore, so they have a lot of the Asian sweets, but she'd never tell you what the hell they were, so you'd just be like, eat this. I'm like, okay. Jorja Smith, congratulations on an incredible career so far.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for making the time to chat to us.
So now this is goodbye.